And so, hello everyone, and here I am for another film review. So, as you can probably tell, I am filming this one right after I filmed the last one. I just thought it would be best to keep these separately. So, the film that I want to talk to you about, I actually saw yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Yesterday. And that was Yes, I went to see a horror film. So, of course, I've just started talking about films, so you don't really know what my genre is or what things I tend to like to see. Horror is definitely not one of them. No, don't like horror. The things of the spooky stuff just coming out of nowhere and no, not for me. But A Quiet Place is not just a horror film, like just to be spooky, because there are films just try to be spooky, and there's no. Of course, all of these stories end up being a little bit, you have to make it all up. But there is an interesting part about that. There's some depth in the whole thing. It's the idea that there are these monsters. Okay, yeah, I know. And they react to noise. And then you can't make a noise, otherwise you get attacked by these monsters. And yes, it sounds super, surreal, etc. But then it's just well built in how, Emily Blunt's really good, but she always is, right? And it does have a plot. There is some story to the characters. There's some connection you can have to the characters. So to me, it's actually quite a well-achieved horror film. And I actually gave it a rating of 8 out of 10 because I was probably quite impressed with the fact that being a horror film, and having said I don't like horror films, I do like Alien. But again, yes, it's all made up. But there's a story, there are characters, they develop, it's not just spooky for being spooky. I was trying not to mix two films in one review, but not long ago I went to see Winchester, and I gave it a 1 or 2 out of 10. It was horrible. It's just the story didn't make any sense. The characters just don't make any, it's just none of it made sense. And A Quiet Place made, a lot of sense. And I thought it was very well achieved. I thought the monster was very well built. Some very interesting details. And I liked it. And I recommend it. One thing, go to a cinema that does not sell food, popcorn, drinks, anything. And don't take it. Because this film is super quiet. And the last thing you want is the person next to you loudly chewing on some popcorn. Because it will just ruin everything. And that is it for the review of A Quiet Place. I can tell already I have a lot to improve in terms of how I express my opinions. So I guess you're just going to have to take my word for it, as in it's an 8 out of 10. Goodbye, everyone.